It was afternoon. Dr. Sarkar arrived, accompanied by his son Omrito and him. Narendra and other devotees were present. Sri Ramakrishna was talking aside to Omrito. He asked him, "Do you meditate?" He further said to him, "Do you know what one feels in meditation? The mind becomes like a continuous flow of oil. It thinks of one object only, and that is God. It does not think of anything else." Sri Ramakrishna was talking to the devotees. Master, to the doctor, "Your son does not believe in the incarnation of God. That's all right. It doesn't matter if he does not believe in it. Your son is a nice boy. Why shouldn't he be? Does a mango tree of the fine Bombay variety ever bear sour mangoes? How firm his faith in God is! That man is a true man, whose mind dwells on God. He alone is a man whose spiritual consciousness has been awakened, and who is firmly convinced that God alone is real and all else illusory. He does not believe in divine incarnation. But what does that matter? It is enough if he believes that God exists and that all this universe and its living beings are the manifestations of his power. Like a rich man and his garden. Some say that there are 10 divine incarnations, some 24, while others say that there are innumerable incarnations. If you see anywhere a special manifestation of God's power, you may know that God has incarnated himself there. That is my opinion. There is another view, according to which God has become all that you see. It is like a bale fruit, which consists of 3 parts: seeds, shell, and flesh. That which is the absolute also has its relative aspect, and that which is relative has also its absolute aspect. You cannot set aside the absolute and understand just the relative. And it is only because there is the relative that you can transcend it step by step and reach the absolute. So long as I consciousness exists, a man cannot go beyond the relative. through meditation, he can negate the phenomena, following the process of neti-neti, and reach the absolute. But nothing can really be denied, as in the instance of the bale fruit. Doctor: quite true. Master: Kacha had been immersed in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. When his mind was coming down to the relative plane, someone asked him, "What do you see now?" Kacha replied, "I see that the universe is soaked, as it were, in God. Everything is filled with God. It is God alone who has become all that I see. I do not know what to accept and what to reject. In my opinion, one should realize both the Nitya and the Leela, and then live in the world as the servant of God." Hanuman saw both the personal God and the formless reality. He then lived as a devotee of God, as his servant. M. To himself. So, we must accept both the absolute and the relative. Since the introduction of the Vedanta philosophy in Germany, some of the European philosophers too have been thinking along that line. But the Master says that one cannot realize both the Nitya and the Leela without complete renunciation. That is to say, without totally giving up woman and gold. Such a person must be a true renouncer. He must be totally detached from the world. Here lies the real difference between him and such European philosophers as Hegel.